The Art of Resilience, Turning Setbacks into Comebacks. If you're alive, you will face setbacks. You will fail, you will lose, you will be knocked down. But here's the difference between those who stay down and those who rise. Resilience. Resilience is the ability to absorb the blow, learn from it, and move forward stronger than before. My first big failure, early in my career, I invested every penny I had into a business that I was sure would succeed. I worked day and night, fueled by optimism, and then the market shifted. The business collapsed. In 1 month, I lost everything. I was broke, no job, no safety net. For 2 weeks, I sat in my small apartment, feeling sorry for myself. Then one morning, I asked a question that changed my life. If this failure was the best thing that ever happened to me, what would I learn from it? The bounce-back mindset. I realized something. Setbacks are not the end. They are a test to see if you can handle the pressure, extract the lesson, and keep moving. From that day, I started looking at problems differently. Lost a client? That's feedback. Improve your offer. Made a bad investment? That's tuition. You've paid for an education in business. Got rejected? That's redirection. The right opportunity is elsewhere. The formula for resilience. 1. Accept reality quickly. Denial keeps you stuck. The faster you face the truth, the faster you can act. 2. Extract the lesson. Every setback carries a seed of equal or greater benefit if you look for it. 3. Control what you can. You can't change the past, but you can change your actions today. 4. Take immediate action. Momentum kills fear. The sooner you move, the sooner you recover. Why resilience is the great equalizer. Not everyone is born rich. Not everyone has the best education. Not everyone starts with the same resources. But resilience, that's something anyone can develop. And here's the beauty. Each time you bounce back from a challenge, you build emotional armor. The next hit won't hurt as much. The next storm won't shake you as hard. My no matter what rule. I made myself a promise decades ago. No matter what happens, I will not quit. That promise has carried me through financial disasters, failed products, public criticism, and countless rejections. The most successful people you'll ever meet aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. Your challenge. Think back to a setback in your life. Something that hurt. Something that made you want to quit. Now reframe it. What did you learn? How did it prepare you for where you are now? How can you use that strength today? When you start seeing setbacks as stepping stones, nothing can break you. You get stronger. And when you master resilience, every setback becomes a setup for your next breakthrough. The compound effect of small daily wins. If I could give you one secret to wealth, health, and success, one that almost no one uses to its full potential, it would be this. Small, consistent wins, compounded over time, create extraordinary results. How I discovered this principle. Early in my career, I thought success came from big breakthroughs. The one big deal, the magic idea, the lucky break. And yes, sometimes those moments happen. But the reality, most success isn't fireworks. It's a slow burn. I learned this the hard way when I started my sales career. I had no experience, no training, and no customers. I set myself one goal: make one more call every day than I thought I could. One extra call a day might not sound like much, but over a year, that was 250 more calls than my peers. That habit alone doubled my income. Why small wins matter? Here's the truth. Big goals can be overwhelming. Lose 20 kilos, earn $1 million, write a book. But if you break them down into tiny daily actions so small they feel almost insignificant, you take the pressure off and put yourself in control. Every small win is proof to yourself, I can do this. The power of compounding. Compounding is the same principle that makes money grow in an investment account. You add a little, it earns interest. That interest earns interest. Over time, it snowballs. Your habits work the same way. Read 10 pages a day, 3,650 pages a year, 15 books a year, a transformed mind in 5 years. Save $10 a day, 3,650 pages a year, invested at 10%, over $230,000 in 20 years. Do 15 minutes of exercise daily, over 91 hours a year, better health, more energy, and longer life. The slight edge that changes everything. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough. They plant the seed today and expect fruit tomorrow. But success isn't instant. The slight edge is doing the right thing every day, even when you don't feel like it, trusting that the results will come. My daily win ritual. To this day, I use a simple system. 1. Decide on 3 small wins I will complete each day. 2. Track them. I write them down and check them off. 3.
Review weekly. I measure progress, not perfection. These small wins stack up. Over weeks, months, years, they've built companies, books, financial freedom, and relationships that I once only dreamed of. Your challenge. Right now, write down one small daily habit in 3 areas of your life. Health. e.g., drink more water, walk 5,000 steps. Save $5, read 1 page of a finance book. Self. e.g., compliment someone, meditate for 3 minutes. Commit to them for 30 days. By the end, you'll feel a shift. Not because of one big leap, but because of 30 small deliberate steps. Remember, you don't need to be twice as good to get twice the results. You just need to be 1% better every day and let time do the rest. The science of self-discipline, mastering your mind for unstoppable results. If you ask me for the single most important quality that separates the winners from the rest, I'll give you the same answer every time: self-discipline. It's the master key that unlocks every other door to success. Without it, talent goes to waste, opportunities slip by, and even the best plans fade into someday. With it, you can build anything, even if you start with nothing. There were no days off. If the weather was rough, we still worked. If we were tired, we still worked. The ship didn't wait for feelings. I didn't know it at the time, but that environment trained me to act regardless of my emotions, the very definition of self-discipline. Later in life, when I started my own business, that same discipline was what got me up at 5 a.m. making calls when my competitors were still asleep. It was what pushed me to write page after page when no one was reading my work yet. What self-discipline really is. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. It's not about being hard on yourself, it's about being loyal to your future self. It's telling the present you to do what's necessary so the future you can enjoy the reward. Why willpower isn't enough. Some people think discipline is just willpower. It's not. Willpower is emotional fuel. It burns quickly. Discipline is a system. It's a machine that runs even when your fuel is low. You build discipline through habits, routines, and rules that you follow without question. It's about removing decisions, so action becomes automatic. My 3 rules for building iron discipline. 1. Do the hardest thing first.
Every morning, before the world can distract you, tackle the task you're most likely to avoid. You'll start the day with a win, and the rest will feel easier. 2. Remove temptations. If you're trying to save money, unsubscribe from online store emails. If you're trying to eat healthy, don't keep junk food in the house. Make success the path of least resistance. 3. Use public accountability. Tell a friend, mentor, or social media audience your goal and deadline. Most people will work harder to keep a promise to others than a promise to themselves. Use that to your advantage. The emotional battle. Here's the truth. Discipline doesn't feel good in the moment. It's uncomfortable. It's resistance. But the pride you feel afterward is a high that lasts much longer than any comfort you sacrificed. I often tell people, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Every time you choose discipline, you're buying freedom from regret. Your challenge. For the next 7 days, wake up and immediately do the one task you've been putting off the longest. Track how you feel at the end of each day. You'll notice something. The more you practice, the less resistance you feel. You're rewiring your brain to act first, think later. Remember, you will never always be motivated, but you can always be disciplined. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. And when discipline becomes a habit, success becomes inevitable. The art of focus, protecting your attention in a distracted world. In today's world, the most valuable resource isn't time, it's attention. Time is fixed. Attention is what turns your time into results. 2 people can work for 8 hours. One ends the day with nothing to show for it. The other builds a business, writes a chapter, learns a skill. The difference? Focus. When I first started in sales, my office was a tiny desk, a phone, and a list of names. I didn't have a smartphone. I didn't have email. If I wanted to succeed, I had to focus on one thing: calling prospects. At first it was hard. I'd get distracted by small talk, by coffee breaks, by the noise around me. But I realized something: every distraction had a cost. It pulled me away from the very activity that could change my life. So I made a deal with myself. For the next hour, nothing exists except the next call. That rule alone doubled my income in less than 90 days. The truth about distraction. Distraction isn't just about wasting time. It destroys momentum. Every time you switch tasks, your brain takes minutes to fully refocus. Multiply that over a day, and you've lost hours. That's why the most successful people work in deep, uninterrupted blocks. They treat focus like gold, because it is. My 4 laws of focus. 1. Define the one thing. At any moment, there's one task that matters most to your progress. Find it, write it down, and make it your mission. 2. Guard your environment. Remove your phone from your desk. Block distracting websites. Let others know when you're in a do not disturb period. 3. Use the 50-10 rule. Work with deep focus for 50 minutes, then take a 10-minute break. This keeps your energy high and prevents burnout. 4. Batch the small stuff.
Instead of checking emails all day, do them in 1 or 2 scheduled blocks. Treat every task like a meeting with yourself. Why focus feels hard? Your brain is wired to chase novelty. Every notification, every open tab, every quick check of social media gives you a small hit of dopamine. But it's an empty victory, and the cost is huge. To build focus, you must retrain your brain to find satisfaction in progress, not in distraction. A simple 7-day focus challenge. For the next week, choose one big task per day. Work on it for 2 uninterrupted hours before doing anything else. No email, no scrolling, no just a quick check. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish in a short burst of deep work. Remember, your attention is your life. Wherever you direct it, your life will follow. Protect it like you protect your most valuable asset, because it is.